Well, with that, let's check in with the business desk for what we can expect in the week ahead on the economic front. Heidi Giokos joins us for this conversation. Now, Heidi, we were all expecting an announcement on Friday by Moody's. It never happened. Why is that?
Yes, indeed. I think we were all expecting some kind of bad news from rating agency Moody's, but we do understand that they decided not to give their rating for South Africa, including Denmark and Italy. We understand that Moody's says that they do not find the need to give any kind of update to the rating. For South Africa, they are not compelled to do so, even though there was a schedule to do so. We know that rating agencies have already placed South Africa 2 notches below investment grade, so already it's bad news with Moody's rating agency. But we do know that analysts were expecting the fact that we have collected more than expected in terms of tax revenue to work in South Africa's favor. But of course, there was no rating, so we're not exactly sure what that rating would have been if the rating agency rather did decide to do so. We also know that last year, March, all 3 rating agencies, which include S&P, Moody's and Fitch, downgraded South Africa into non-investment grade, and this was of course due to weak growth prospects, rising debts and of course poor structural reforms. This all had a massive impact on the way rating agencies viewed us, but we do know that Moody's next announcement is expected for the 19th of November, unless there is a significant move or event in South Africa. And we are expecting Moody's, or the rating agencies in fact, to have some kind of announcement, especially for our local elections, but also the interview, Faith, that you did with regards to the public sector wage bill. That's a huge problem for government, saying they do not have funds to do so, and there might be a strike looming if they do not offer more than 0%. The next big rating agency announcement that we can expect is for the 21st of May, and that's of course coming from S&P.
And mining and manufacturing data is also out this week. Well, we expect it to be out this week.
Yes, so Tuesday and Thursday, it's going to be a big day for the country in terms of manufacturing and mining data. And the reason why we look very closely at the data coming out of these 2 sectors is to see how productive these 2 sectors have been in the economy. We do know that both these sectors suffered significantly during last year due to the massive lockdown that the country went through. So we do understand that, of course, mining is expected to have contributed positively to the country's GDP, whereas manufacturing is expected to have, of course, contributed negatively. This is, of course, Faith, going to highlight how production has fared in the first quarter of 2021 compared to other quarters last year. And of course, these are extremely significant given the fact that we do know manufacturing contributes about 13% to GDP, 10% to employment, whereas mining also contributes just over 12% to GDP. So that is going to be extremely significant to look out for, to see how they have fared over the last 3 months of 2021.
And the rand performed its best in 16 months on Friday. Can we expect the same for the week ahead?
I've said this time and time again, Faith, this rand of ours just seems to be quite emotional with a number of events that have taken place. But we do know ahead of the Moody's announcement that many were expecting that the rand actually performed the best it's performed in the last 16 months. We know it was just over 14 rand to the US dollar, and we are expecting the rand to remain steady in the week ahead. But of course, a number of things are going to contribute to this data coming out, and also government's plan in terms of the vaccine rollout, how this is going to contribute to this. Also because of the statement that was released by government late last night, indicating the fact that 2 variants, the one that is dominant in India and in the UK, is now present in South Africa, and of course concerns over a 3rd wave. So we'll be watching very closely to see how the rand performs, and also other economic data coming out. But also what's key and what's top of agenda for the business desk at eNCA is what's going to happen with the public sector wage bill, and if they're going to come to some kind of agreement, or if we'll be seeing a massive strike that will be taking place due to no agreement with government and the public sector.
Our reporter Heidi Giokos will leave it there for this evening, giving us the latest there for the economic week ahead.